What did you expect would come? What did you think would show up? Who or what?
The biggest thing I think we really needed was mainly air support. I mean, any kind of...
Just something to fly over.
How hard would it have been?
Not hard. They're sick. Again, people that see the movie and read the book know that it wouldn't have been difficult.
And all we sent was an unmanned drone.
And it wasn't helpful at all either.
But I want to go back because one of the things that gets lost, I think, in the coverage of Benghazi too is the loss of our ambassador, who was portrayed in the film as a good man,
Very good.
who was just trying to do the right thing, who had begged for security increases there and was denied those security increases, and they had in fact been diminished repeatedly leading up to September 11th. And that's another thing that the investigators have found, which was he had no business being in Benghazi on 9/11. The administration should not have allowed it, and if they were going to send him, they should have sent him with proper security. But he was killed that night, and you went to the consulate, the very facility which he was killed. You kept running in to try to get him, right?
Multiple times.
And the smoke was too much. Describe that moment where you knew he was in there. You didn't yet know whether he was dead.
You know, you couldn't really. I mean, I was on my belly for the last time I went in before I got counter assaulted on the consulate, and the smoke was still down there, and you still only see about maybe 2 feet in front of your face, and you know, it was just so thick and so hot. It's just like being in a brick oven. I mean, you're just sweating constantly, and it was extreme heat and just coughing, and because you can't really hold your breath because one, your adrenaline's pumping, and you know, you've been running around for the last hour, you know, fighting your way on and then searching, and so I mean, it was pretty intense.
Do you believe that if you'd been allowed to go when you first said send us, and the radio calls came in from the consulate saying help us, help us, help us, do you believe there would have been any chance to say?
Oh yeah,
they'd be
alive today, 100%.
The congressional investigators concluded there was no stand down order.
I don't know where they got.
Well, it's because I couldn't read his lips from the drone.
That's just silly. I mean, there was for us.
I mean, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and others rely on those conclusions, saying, you know, they've really been cleared because investigators concluded there was no stand down.
Well, it's kind of funny. Everything that we testified to, you know, they agreed with us 100%. I mean, from pretty much from was eating a candy bar to, you know, shooting all of our ammo, but for some reason they don't want to believe us that we were told to stand down.
Do you have a political motive? Do you have?
No.
The one who should have got the star was sitting right there because he saved Tyrone's life by going in the building and finding him when he was lost. And then he's the first one that come up on the roof and put 2 tourniquets on Dave Ubben and got a tourniquet on my arm. And probably saved both of our lives.
And had to see him naked once. That's an honor right there.
They joke when this audience sees this film and sees what you all went through, and you, Oz, what happened to your arm, which was basically hanging off, and it was
about right here down.
It was hanging by a thread.
That was pretty impressive seeing him trying to get it. I remember seeing him trying to get his gun up, and that arm's hanging, and he's still trying to shoot. I ain't gonna say it much because I don't even give a Marine any more kudos than what they already get. But I'll be honest, I was pretty impressed seeing that after the mortars hit and seeing him still in the fight.
And when he went down to get help, it wasn't for himself. It was for the gentleman you just referenced, who had also been hit. And so Oz walks in down below to where the CIA agents are to say, there's another guy, his arm is dangling, and he says there's somebody who's hurt and needs help. And you refused to go onto that airplane that ultimately got you guys out of there on a gurney.
Yeah.
Why? Tell him what you said and why you said it.
I walked into that country, I'm going to walk out. I mean, it's just, again, it's who I am. I'm not going to, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I just felt compelled to, I'm not going to let that, I'm not going to lose.
To the end, it wasn't the United States that was there for you.
And that's kudos to Glenn Doherty and his team in Tripoli getting that aircraft to us from Tripoli.
Last subject. You come back. The video. It was all about a video. And we've heard the family say that, and that's how we kicked off the segment. That Hillary Clinton, according to the family members, looked at them at Dover Air Force Base when the bodies came back in the caskets and said, we're going to get the guy who made that video. And now when asked who's lying, you or the families, she says, well, it's not me. And of course she's talking about Glenn's family, she's talking about Tyrone's family, she's talking about Sean's family.
And I know Pat Smith, I know Katie Quigley. Glenn's sister. I know, you know, we know Ty's mom. We know what they told us was said, and I do know them very well. And Katie's been on news quite a bit, telling you what she was told, and I know that they were told this video because that's what they told me. Well, and I believe Pat. I believe Katie. I believe Charles Woods.
I mean, who would have a reason to lie?
Why? Their loved ones just
that
died.
Simple.
Exactly.
They have no reason to tell anything but the truth.
When you saw the testimony of Hillary Clinton, she testified twice, and the first time she made big headlines. Well, we have the clip. This is what she said.
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
What's your response to her?
It makes a huge difference, and this is what Oz was talking about with the politics of it, the politicking of, and just getting it down into where it turns into a reality show, keeping the Kardashian type show where the truth is not being told. That's one of the reasons why it pushed us to go ahead and stay apolitical, but tell the truth of what happened on the ground, because it does matter. It matters to honor our friends that passed away. It matters because we need to honor Ambassador Stevens and Sean Smith, and to honor the families that need to know the truth of what took place there that night, because they didn't know.
Incredible.